Hello, ladies and gentlemen. A very special treat today. Jill Cruz,
Hello.
my maker. One of them, anyways.
You're welcome.
Yes, thanks, Mom. So today's very special. My mom, we're a big movie family. We've always watched movies, Back to the Future, The Great Outdoors. We have a long tradition of watching movies, talking about them, quoting them endlessly. But my mom is not so big on the scary movies. She doesn't do them that often or ever. So I proposed a quest for her, if you will. And we're going to engage in that quest today. My mother is Jill Cruz. She's a very lovely woman. She enjoys long walks on the beach. She's known as the Sunset Queen of Lake Havasu. If you've seen her Instagram, you know this. And today, we've got some classics and some not so much classics to choose from. But my mother not knowing much about any, I'm going to have to explain her choices. So, I did want to pick two choices, and in fact, I'm missing one of them from this batch. But we've got two vampire flicks for you.
Okay.
They're both from the 80s. One of them stars Kiefer Sutherland and Corey Haim and Corey Feldman from the Goonies.
Oh, yes.
So you've got the two Coreys, and then you've got 80s vampire nostalgic. Bill from Bill and Ted is also in it. Alex Winter plays a vampire with a sick mullet, and that'll be enjoyable. Fright Night.
I love a good mullet.
Fright Night is a little bit of the same. It's my favorite vampire movie.
Okay.
It's not, neither of those are too heavy on the gore or violence. It's more like a 80s. Like you said, you kind of missed the 80s because she was raising kids. So either of those are good if you want a classic. And they're both vampires, so it's not like a weird subgenre of some weird crazy shit you're going to have to worry about.
Weird.
So, but
Weird.
both
I have
great.
you as a son.
Yes, that's
I'm
true.
okay with weird.
Okay. So, next up, we've got a couple creature features.
Okay.
Both a little different. One of them, The Thing. Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
She knows some Kurt Russell.
Yeah.
She likes him, I think.
Yeah.
Methinks me mom might have the hots for the new Santa.
Maybe.
But yeah, great creature flick. Very gross. Practical effects, crazy special effects. Like just gross. Very gross. No, it's gross.
Gross is okay.
But it's not.
Gross doesn't bother me.
Yeah. My favorite werewolf movie, American Werewolf in London. Yes. I consider this a romance movie. I don't know that my mother will also. But
I don't know.
it's a horror comedy, and it's Jonathan Landis, so you know you got a good director who's known to make some good movies, so how bad could it be? Okay, so you've got two vampire choices, you've got one werewolf flick, and one 80s creature feature.
Okay.
Now here's where we get to the tasty bits. Creepshow. 1980-something, I think 82 actually.
Okay.
Stephen King and George Romero, the director of the original Night of the Living Dead,
Okay.
they teamed up and they made an anthology. So this is basically a bunch of shorter films in one long film that don't have anything to do with each other, but it's got great people in it. Ed Harris is in it.
Okay.
Ted Danson's in it. Leslie Nielsen is in it, and he plays a bad guy, and he's like really good at it. So this is high on my list for something that you would enjoy and will not be over the top. Now we come into what I would call the button pushers. So these are going to be a little heavier. We've got the original Scream. Obviously Wes Craven, who directed my favorite, A Nightmare on Elm Street.
Mm-hmm.
It's very meta. I'm sure you're familiar with the premise, but basically teenagers get obsessed with scary movies and try to create their own scary movie, and the killer's emulating all these figures, and it's a nice whodunit.
Yeah.
Like the fun of all the Scream movies is figuring out who's the killer.
Well, that's kind of Wes Craven's thing.
Yeah,
though.
it
I've
is.
read some
It's
of his
good.
books.
Okay.
I'm more a reader than anything.
And then lastly, this is probably going to be the heavy hitter of the bunch.
And that's probably going to be a no.
It's It. This is the remake, Chapter 1. I love Stephen King. Even as a kid, even with the original Pennywise, like, clowns are scary.
Yeah.
Clowns are scary. And I grew up watching, Pee-wee's Big Adventure, where the clowns are putting his bike back together, and that was my first intro to creepy clowns is Pee-wee. So thanks, Tim Burton. But yeah, this and Tim Curry's fabulous in the original, but it was just like too tame for me. And I don't know if you know, but the original, it's based on a great book, but the original movie was a mini-series made for TV.
Right.
So this is 1991, I think. So what could you really get away with on television in 1991 compared to today, where it's like,
today's.
yes.
Yeah.
So I felt like, okay, yeah, it could have been scarier,
That's
but
because today you have to actually pay for TV.
yeah,
You don't get free TV.
you have to pay for buying now. Okay, so it's very good. It's an amazing film. The performances are great. It is a little scarier. It is a little gorier, but it's got heart. Like, it's like if Stand By Me was a horror movie. Like, you're watching little kids. It's like a coming-of-age story as much as it is a horror movie.
Okay.
And the kids are all super cute and very funny, and it'll just make you think of me and Eric and everybody growing up like little foul-mouthed kids sneaking around cursing and fighting a killer clown.
Yeah.
So that's our choices.
All right.
My mom's gonna now choose, and we're gonna watch that movie. We probably won't show the reactions throughout the whole thing, but what we're gonna do is we're just gonna let her pick, and then we will start the movie, and then afterwards we'll be back for a recap. So you won't have to see her throwing things. And that's not this kind of reaction video.
I throw things. You might get like,
Nails dug into me. Yeah. So we're not gonna film all those.
Stay with me.
Maybe we'll sneak a couple in there. I don't know. All right, guys. So
Okay.
Mom's gonna pick now. You can re-ask questions about any of these as you flip them. Did you
I
already?
have a great memory.
Have you already nailed one down? Is there something you're leaning more
I think
towards?
there's a couple. I think I might like to watch the Werewolf in London.
Okay.
I think I might like that.
So we're gonna put this on the short list.
Okay.
Let's narrow it down to 3. We've got 6, so we're gonna narrow it down to 3, and then she'll pick from there.
Okay.
Also,
I
great
was gonna say, I think I could go with
little
Creep
creep show.
Yeah,
All right,
that's okay.
it's got good cameos,
Yeah.
lots of actors, and then if one story doesn't tickle your fancy, the other one probably will. And then you've got
The Thing.
The
'cause
Thing?
I just, yeah.
All right. Okay, we've narrowed it down, folks. We've surpassed both 80s vampire flicks. Our choices are now between The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, which is a remake of The Thing from Another World from the 50s, if you're paying attention, kids.
Yes, I saw the original one.
American Werewolf in London. Great film, great effects. I'm excited either way. And Creepshow, a personal favorite, a must-watch every Halloween season for me. Leslie Nielsen, Ted Danson, Ed Harris,
Yes.
Adrian Barbeau.
Star-studded.
Yes, it's a big one. Stephen King playing a hillbilly. It's fantastic. All right, those are your choices.
I just want to say my first horror film was The Blob.
The Blob.
And I watched it
Ooh.
in my cousin's basement in Michigan with the rest of my cousins. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I do enjoy
in a
The
dark,
Blob,
damp basement. So yes.
and I love The Blob's remake from the '80s. Ooh.
And most of my cousins are
They're
male,
mad.
and they were obnoxious
Mhm.
and mean and scary.
Sounds typical.
Yeah.
She's been stuck with mean, obnoxious boys ever since.
And still is. Yeah.
Yep. All right, Mom. Well, these are your 3. What are you thinking? What's it gonna be?
Any of those are good.
You just gotta point to one. And
I'm gonna let you pick from the 3.
This is typical woman. Like, what do you want to eat, honey? What do you want to eat for dinner? I don't
Excuse
care.
me,
Whatever
I-
you
I'm
want.
married to a Puerto Rican. I don't have an opinion.
All right, fine. Damn it, you guys.
Okay, eeny, meeny, miny, moe, catch.
I'm close my eyes. Which one? American Werewolf in London it is. All right.
By way of eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo wins the
That's
game
monster by
again.
the toe.
All right, we're going to cue this up, and we'll check back in later.
Okay. If I'm still alive.
Yeah, she has the ability to tap out, folks. So if this is a shorter thing, then we're going to really put her under the heat lamp. Oh, yes. That's all right. We're okay. We're all fine here. My mom didn't kill me. You guys, we're okay. Sorry, I tried to grill her under the heat lights, but we're fine. We're all fine here. Okay, we'll check back in later. Bye.
Hold your horses. All right already. Ladies and gentlemen.
David's got to get a handle on those nightmares. What do you think?
You've been up long?
I've just had a nightmare.
Not to worry, I've just the thing.
Holy shit.
Uh-huh.
You saw me standing alone
Jesus Christ!
without a dream, without someone I really care for. Then suddenly there appeared before me the hopeless of the cold. Then I heard somebody whisper, please ignore me. And when I looked, the moon had turned to gold.
I didn't even call here meatloaf, Jack.
Oh boy! Oh no! Yeah.
It wasn't all CGI, you know, and computer generated.
Yeah, that's practical effect, baby. Gorgeous.
And had to go frame by frame.
One of the best transformations in movie cinema history.
I'm not laughing. I'm serious.
I shall report this to the constable.
Right away.
Sucks to ride the train alone in funky London town.
We're also natty wandering around.
Good lord, indeed. Go, go, go! No entry. Can't go that way. Oh, bollocks. Bollocks.
Dang,
Oh, my briefcase. And his papers. Not his papers. Oh. I like that he just lays there like, oh, this is fucking great. Look at that top of the screen. That's not. The animals are happy.
wild.
No, I'm not watching a porno with my mom, everybody. Not happening. It's American Werewolf in London. Promise.
Don't touch it.
Jesus Christ.
That's what she said. Are you ready for it to hit the fan? Because it's about to, Mom. Bye. Bye. I wish I could say it makes more sense as it goes on, but it won't. Because you're about to see one of the most chaotic movie scenes I've ever seen. Like, they filmed this in London. This happened. They closed down city blocks to make this happen. And when you see that happen, and here we go. Oh! 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 Oh, okay. Oh, we're fine. Watch out. Ah!
She's sleeping through the whole thing. What? Is it over?
David? Is that you, David?
Sister Aunt said
I'm
there's a
torn
disturbance
between
in the
feeling
research
quite sorry
involving
for
some
you
sort of
and
mad
quite
dog.
attracted to you. There we go. Look at this madness.
It's a dead end down there. Seal this street off.
What is it? I want to see. Let me get my camera so I can Instagram it. You know they're mean business because they have berets. Watch out, they've got berets! Berets and AKs, everybody!
And they know how to use them. I look good in today.
I would look good in
I can rock that girl. I'm so sorry.
Sorry, we didn't know we were supposed to restrain you, miss.
Oh, she's crazy. What is she doing? She's wearing good boots, for God's sake. And a nice sweater.
It's cashmere.
Could be cashmere.
I think it is.
You know, it's really hard to get blood out of cashmere.
You don't want to know about it.
No, that shit has to be dry cleaned.
David,
David, you didn't mean
they're
it.
going to kill you.
It's not really you.
David. Please. Please let me help you. I love you, David.
Hop, 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 hop.
Now he's back to a naked boy. There'll be a sequel. She could have his wolf cub.
Here with my mother.
Still here.
She didn't tap out.
No, I didn't.
We watched American Werewolf in London, which was our first watch ever.
Yes.
Which is crazy, you guys. It's freaking crazy. Thoughts? Initial impression, tone-wise, what are your feelings of this film?
Well, I liked the story very well. I thought it had a nice story that you could follow along with.
You like the friendship dynamic between
Yes.
Jack and...
Yes, I did.
It was good.
It was nice to have a compassionate Walking Dead for a change.
Mr. Kessler,
Yeah.
please. She liked Frank Oz.
Yes,
Seen
very funny.
Fozzie,
The
Yoda,
Muppets and
Gonzo.
hysterical. I really like the cosmetics and the
Practical effects.
practical effects because for that time, it just
The bladder effects, like
Yeah,
watching
just-
him transform into that werewolf,
that
and
was great.
the way they
But
took
just
the
even,
time.
you know, the flesh pieces on the Survivor.
Oh yeah,
Walking Dead
Jack's
and
little
stuff.
dangly thing
You know, everything
for the
was
whole
just
movie.
so good. You know, it was really good. But I mean, a good story. It really flowed nicely. Lots of good suspenseful things. You know,
You'd come-
sneaking up on
It's
you.
kind of one of the first horror comedies too,
Yeah.
where they tried to have a little fun. Like there's a lot of gags, like him calling Jack a meatloaf.
Yeah.
Like their back and forth banter between them, the choice of music, even. Good start for you.
I
I'd
mean,
say.
I mean, some things are predictable for me, but that's because I'm such an avid reader.
Yeah,
And
so
I read so much, and I read
You can see
tons
what's coming.
of like murder mysteries. I drive your dad crazy sometimes.
A lot of
because
foreshadowing,
I'll figure things out, and he'll be like, "I didn't see that coming." I'm like, "Well, yeah, I did."
she
But
read the writing on the wall.
The thing is, because I absorb everything. I absorb so many details. When I read, when I watch things, like I could describe you details from like the phone booth.
Yeah.
I could describe you details from her apartment.
Oh yeah, for
And
sure.
people, and you know the pin the other nurse was wearing, and her blue
Yeah.
eyeshadow. I remember things in such vivid detail.
Yeah.
That's why I can keep up with stories and changes and things.
I like the soundtrack for this film, the effects, the dynamics.
The soundtrack was wonderful.
Like, and I told you before we watched, I feel like it's a love story.
Well, yeah, it definitely is. I mean,
And when he's talking to her, and then you called it too, you were like, "Oh, is she gonna have to be the one that kills him because
Yeah.
she loves him?"
Yeah.
You called that like a mile away. She didn't really kill him, but just for her to have to be there and to see
Yeah.
that, and the heads rolling in the finale. And I love the talking to the corpses, and like, you know,
I love that part in the theater when the corpses
Yeah.
are all talking with each
you
other.
could do it with a gun. Well,
Just do it already, for
they're
God's
all
sake.
chipper about it, like, you killed us.
Well, that's British.
Not quite fond of you.
Nothing really ruffles the British.
Oh, I guess not.
They just kind of roll with it.
Which is fun. So there, you mentioned there is a sequel to this movie.
Yes.
It's American Werewolf in Paris, and it's not as good.
Well, because it's in Paris.
Well,
So right there.
oh,
Oh.
she's jabbing at the Frenchies. You're what the French call les incompetents. No, it was good. I was glad that this was right about, I think, a good speed to introduce you. I would like to do this again.
Yes.
We can do more.
I like things that have a story. I mean,
Yeah.
to me, it's something. I mean, I saw Texas Chainsaw Massacre back in the day.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
seen a lot, and you know, some of them I just, you know, if the story there's not a good story or
Yeah.
script to it. It just falls flat and it
So,
becomes very.
what would you say? All right, well, my buddy Johnny and I, we have a thing where we talk about the good and the shit. So what is the good of this movie? Like, what are your top 3 things that you enjoy, and what are the 3 things that you thought were kind of crappy, or you were like weren't for it?
I like the setting of it. I think that was a good setting for it.
Yeah.
I like the characters in the movie kept it interesting.
Yeah, they're very
Everybody's
real. They
real
feel very
and
real
different,
and dynamic.
each
Yeah.
one was a little different and stuff, and you know,
It's not like your typical slasher,
just
like,
slaughter.
yeah, we don't
slaughter,
care
slaughter,
about you. We
slaughter.
have no investment in you. You actually like these characters, and you
And I
can
like.
believe their relationships.
I liked the doctor's interest in that he actually went back to the town.
Yeah.
Because that's unusual for, I think, a doctor.
Oh, for sure.
Because the doctor's just like, no, you're just crazy and just take this
Yeah,
medicine.
he was like, "There's something
And here's
about
your bill."
this. I gotta figure it out."
Yeah.
The other thing
I like that.
for me is just her and like her naivete. Like,
Yeah.
Girl,
But see, that kind of bothered me a little bit.
I'm not in the habit of bringing home strange men, but I'm gonna tell you exactly how many strange men I've been brought here because I know, because I've been counting, and you're one of them. You're the 7th man.
Yeah.
But typical man fashion, he's like,
It's
"Oh,
okay. We're going to do it.
yes.
But
I should
then-
hope you don't have American
Yeah,
men."
She just was a little bit too naive.
Oh, I
for
love her
me.
though.
I mean,
I love her.
I mean, she was sweet and adorable, but I could see why you fell for her.
Yeah, but
Personally, I think the sheep
she wasn't playing
were
safe.
very realistic in this movie.
Yeah,
They were really good.
yeah, really realistic.
I could
sheep.
almost smell them. you
Yeah,
know.
they're very believable. It's
Very
amazing
believable.
how they got those sheep to look so real.
They just saw that clip of the girl in the movie, the couple. I loved them in the movie. They're
Oh,
all
yes.
Like, you know, it's like, hi, we're
Hello.
together.
I'm covered in blood. I'm dead.
We're dead, but we're
I
really
do.
happy.
And the balloon man,
Yeah.
the balloon thief. Why would a balloon thief want to pay me £2? He's not gonna. He's gonna take your balloons,
Yeah.
and then he's gonna steal some old lady's red jacket and ride on the subway, looking very peculiar. And his freak out, which just shows you, like, okay, you showed up in America, boom, cop would have shot him right away.
You know, the other thing that bothered me is could the Scotland Yard policeman have been any more of a wuss and dicks? I mean,
Yeah.
like, you get an educated doctor that tells them he went to the village and it was not right,
Yep.
and one of the villagers confessed that they covered the whole thing up, yet he didn't go out there at all.
Of course not. That's too far out in the way. Look at my constables.
I've got tea at 4, for God's sakes. I can't drive all out to
My
the-
constable partner can't even tie his tie. You think I have time to go out to the slaughtered lamb?
I'm
No.
sorry, he was so a take on the Pink Panther.
He was.
I'm sorry.
He
was.
had some
And
serious.
you know, he reminded me of my dad.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. The stumbling it's very like Chevy Chase esque,
Yes,
like the
yes.
whole slapstick, the
Yeah,
jumbling
definitely
of it all.
was. You know, it was
Classic.
a lot of that, and I think that's what kept it entertaining too. But
Mhm.
Yeah, you know.
Not a bad start.
That was good.
All right,
And definitely
guys.
all the Irish pub people were very creepy.
Yes.
We didn't even have to have costumes or anything on them. They were just creepy.
They fit right in.
Yeah, they were creepy. I would have just like, check please, I'm out.
All right, so we're gonna get some more flicks at you guys soon. Maybe do this once a month, every couple weeks, whatever.
Yeah, but, you know, payback might be a bitch. You might have to watch something I like.
We can do that. We'll facilitate any of those, and we can have these same dialogues for everything. We're gonna be golden. All right, guys, that's the introductory to Jill Cruz, my mother, the maker, Wonderful Woman. Thank you for sharing this with me.
You're welcome, and I would stay longer, but it's really past
It's
my
bad time. All right, night, guys.
Peace out.
Bye.